Hi everyone, my name is Amir. Today I'm going to be talking about why I quit caffeine and how quitting caffeine actually helped improve my life. There were a few reasons that I started quitting caffeine. The first one was my anxiety. I knew that normally I'm not an anxious person. I like to think of myself as a confident person, and I like to go out and try new things and get things done and just kind of experiment with different things until I build my confidence back up and get good at things, because confidence comes from your competence, right? If you're good at something, you're going to become confident. So every time I drank caffeine, or coffee especially, I realized that like there was this feeling of uneasiness. There's something, I was just worrying about something non-existent. I didn't know what it was. And at the time I didn't know what anxiety was, because I was just a university student, right? Whenever I started working as a registered nurse in a mental health and addiction unit, I learned a lot about different drugs and anxiety and a lot of different mental health diagnoses. And I realized that, oh shit, this is anxiety. So that was the first reason that I decided to quit caffeine, which I was unsuccessful for a long time before I actually commit on like quitting for 2 weeks. I quit for 2 weeks and I started seeing the benefits after day 14 or 15. The next reason that I start drinking caffeine was my sleep. My sleep quality was really bad. Like I used to sleep 8 hours or 7 hours sometimes, but I would wake up tired, and then like as soon as I wake up after like an hour, I wanted to take another nap. I wasn't productive. I wasn't really focused, and I think my attention wasn't really, like, my attention was good, but my concentration wasn't really good. And I think that had a lot to do with my caffeine consumption. But again, at the time, I didn't know what it was, right? I thought this is just how I'm built or how I operate. I used to go to the library for 6 hours and get things done, like for like I was productive for 2 hours. I spent time for 6 hours there, but I was productive for 2 hours, and that made me even more anxious, because it was like you spend like your entire afternoon there and didn't get much done. So it was just a vicious cycle. So whenever I stopped drinking caffeine, I realized that my sleep is slowly improving, and I was feeling more rested in the morning. It was easier for me to fall asleep, stay asleep, and then whenever I wake up, it's like, okay, I'm good. Like I don't need another nap. And that was like huge. That was a huge improvement. If I only had one reason to quit caffeine, that would be my sleep quality. Another one was my stomach issues and my gastrointestinal issues that I developed over the years. And again, I didn't know, like, lack of knowledge is your enemy, right? Like I didn't know. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what IBS was. I didn't know what irritable bowel syndrome was, right? Anyway, I used to drink coffee like on an empty stomach and like stuff like that, and that really messed my GI or gastrointestinal system, my stomach, my intestine and stuff. So I was always bloated, gassy, and like constipated or have diarrhea or like something in between. That was like constant, right? And then whenever I quit caffeine, that didn't go away, but it eased the symptoms big time, because caffeine is a stimulant, right? So when you have irritable bowel syndrome, the caffeine is going to stimulate your bowel again and just make things worse. And I'm going to talk about the book that I read and that really helped me to quit caffeine later on. But in that book, mentioned that caffeine is available in 700 different plants, and all the plants use caffeine for as a way to keep the insects and like what is it called, like the to keep the flies away, right? To keep like other animals to attack them and things like that. Anyway, let's just cut it off. That's not important. And another reason that I stopped drinking caffeine was because I realized that whenever I was drinking caffeine, I was more impulsive. I would just talk faster. I would just say whatever comes to my mind. I wasn't thinking about it, right? So I I would attribute that to drinking a lot of caffeine. It might be like other reasons too. I don't know, but I was like, every time I drink caffeine, I feel this uneasiness and then this just feeling that I want to like say something or do something, even though if there was no need for it to, right? And the idea that they say like caffeine gives you energy is just a lie. Caffeine, it's like having a credit card. Like when you use that credit card to get energy, you have to pay for it. And the same thing with caffeine, you're gonna pay for it with your health, right? Because where's that energy is coming from? It's coming from your own body or it's just like delays the time they're gonna feel tired. It doesn't make you more alert, or like make you, oh yeah, I'm very awake, I can get things done. It's just because it activates the stress response in your body, so you feel more stressed and you're jittery and just looking around and you wanted to get things done, right? That was another reason. Another reason was my headaches, my uneasiness. I was jittery all the time whenever I was drinking. And another big reason was my heart palpitations. My heart was just pumping all the time, even when I wasn't drinking caffeine. I was like, this is not very healthy for somebody who trains like 5 times a week and try to eat healthy and things like that. And so whenever I quit caffeine, it was just like a miracle. Like I would say it really eased the symptoms, like subsided the symptoms, but they didn't really go away. And I was just probably because I've only been off caffeine for 2 weeks or something. And even though I drank tea sometimes and drank coffee after a week too, so I wasn't like fully like off caffeine, but I still saw all these benefits too. I'm not gonna keep this video very long. The last thing I want to mention is this book, Caffeine Blues. I read this book. It really helped me to quit caffeine. I'm coming from a nursing background, so I have some medical knowledge, but whenever I read this book, I realized that there's a lot of infos that I wasn't able to find on the internet, on the research articles, on the like scientific articles, because it was just simply not available, right? This book is great. Like, this book is the best $28 or $30 that you can spend in your life. This is very great. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if there's anything I can talk about or I can change for the upcoming videos. I hope this video helps one person to quit caffeine. That's enough for me. Thank you very much, guys, and have a good day.